you see that one off the bat, or did it just kind of disappear into the ball?
It disappeared into the fog. Yeah.
But right off, it felt good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
At what point did you lose it?
I don't even know. I blacked out during. I saw it off the bat and I knew it was gone. It was in the moment.
What is it like when you come up? The crowd cheers for you, probably the loudest that they had really been all game besides the other home runs when you come to bat, and then you put one out like that, the farthest of the night. What's that like?
I mean, crowd brings energy, you know. Knowing that they're behind not just me but the whole team is cool. It helps.
When you're on, when you're really pitching like you were tonight, what is it that's not necessarily working for you, but what's the feel? Is it the grip of the baseball? Is it everything's working together mechanically? What lets you get off to that kind of start?
I think it's just my tempo. I like to work fast. And obviously when I work quick, I don't walk anybody. And my fastball command's my biggest thing, just working out of the zone and, just keeping the hitters off balance.
Did you feel like they were looking you over a little bit, hoping to get a couple walks early?
Yeah, I think so. Just kind of taking a lot of fastballs, and we kind of had a good game plan going into the game.
When you know their starter is coming in, he's maybe the front runner for Big 12 Pitcher of the Year at this point. Does that elevate things a little bit for you on the other side of that?
I think it was really exciting, kind of just dueling it out with him. It's exciting just knowing you're pitching against another good pitcher.
At what point in the game, and maybe it was even before the game, did you feel like you had your best stuff? And you probably can't predict 14 strikeouts, but at what point did you feel like you had the second?
In pregame catch, just kind of, I felt great. My arm felt great. Felt like I was in a good spot. Just hitting Logan in the chest a bunch, and just knew I was going to be on today.
Griffin, can you talk a little bit about what it takes to respond from giving up a home run? It seemed like that. Not that you were badder than before that, but it almost seemed like that kind of recharged and refocused you a little bit. The solo shot.
Yeah, it kind of irritated me. I've let up quite a few home runs this year, and just kind of got me over the edge and just were like, all right, it's time to go. Like, it's not going to happen again.
Griffin, can you just kind of talk about the journey from Division II to this level? I'm sure there's obviously a big transition. There's building up confidence. Wondering if it's going to work out, and now here you are, you have a game like this. Can you just kind of tell me that story?
Yeah, it takes a lot of hard work. I didn't pitch much my freshman year and just kind of grinded and willed myself here, I feel like, and just kind of put myself and gave myself my self-confidence and just, worked my ass off to get to where I am today.
Was this off-season at all different for you, knowing how many innings you had already in college? Or did you take a little bit off, or do you still go hard your first year in a new program? Like, what was that like?
We went extremely hard. I didn't take anything off. I was starting every single week in the fall, and throwing the same amount of innings as everybody else.
Was it a goal for you to be the Friday night starter? And what was your reaction when you learned, hey, I'm going to be getting the ball first game of the series?
Yeah, it was a huge goal of mine. I feel like coming from a Division II, it says a lot about me as a person. I feel like just from how hard I've worked and whatnot, it was very emotional when I realized I was going to have that opportunity.
This is the third year in a row now that in the transfer portal, this team's been able to find a lefty starter to pretty much be the front of the guy at the front of the rotation. I know Blaine and Derek and Griffin, they're different pitchers, but are there similarities with those three?
Yeah, they're all old farts that come in and know what their stuff does, and they don't try to overdo it. They've been around the game for a while, and it shows.
Grant, your hitting obviously gets a lot of attention. Fielding, though, has been a big part of this team. Saving outs at first, making some good picks. How long do you feel like your fielding has been at this level? Was there a year or a time when you said, hey, I'm really going to focus on this?
Yeah, so after sophomore year, I didn't have that good of a year fielding, and I kind of just during the fall I came in, and that was the year Coach Rasinger came in, and we kind of just revamped prep step and everything like that, and obviously got a million reps at first, so yeah.
Did that just help you focus on the ball, picking it up on the
yeah,
bat?
it just keeps me in the game more. I don't really know how to explain it. Yeah.
But it's working.
Oh yeah.
Griffin, last time you had 14 strikeouts?
I had 15 last year in one game against Rockhurst in my conference. Yeah.
Did you want to come out?
Of course not, but I mean, Chase has been dominant, and I fully understood it. That I mean, he gave us the best opportunity to win.
Grant, I'm wondering, like, during the game, as that fog, I mean, obviously it wasn't thick in the beginning, but as it kept coming, was it like eerie or talked about in the dugout at all, or?
I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
In all my games I played here, I don't think it's ever been like that. I was talking to Kitty, the first base umpire, and it was just kind of a cool moment. Watching it roll over the stadium, it was different.
Griffin, in those middle innings when you were just fanning as many balls as you could, what was your kind of mindset through there when you just kept getting strikeout after strikeout?
It was just get ahead, stay ahead. I think I faced 23 batters, and 20 of them were first pitch strikes, and I think that has kind of put me in a good spot to finish off hitters.
It's been a few games since you kind of went this deep, so like, I mean, was that in your mind at all going into this game? Hey, I got to kind of get back to.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I was frustrated with myself. Felt like I was letting the guys down because we lost 2 fire days in a row, and I felt like it was kind of unacceptable for me to go out there, go 2 2/3 and 4. I expected better of myself.
When you entered the portal, was there ever any thought like, I wonder if I can really make this jump? I mean, or what got you into the portal, I guess, and to make this leap?
Yeah, I had a great year at my old school. I loved it there. It was really tough leaving, but when I entered, I knew it was probably time to give myself the best opportunity to play at the next level, and there was no self-doubt. I went to the Cape back-to-back summers and it did pretty well, so I was pretty confident coming in.
Interest right away when you got in the portal, or did it take a couple of days? Or
I think it was like 2 or 3 days when West Virginia called me.
Okay.
They called me at like midnight after they played TCU.
Okay.
And I played against Derek Clark. We were in the same region, so we played each other a bunch. I knew what he was doing here, so it was pretty cool to see. Mm-hmm.
Grant, did you care or know that you were of the three West Virginia kids in the starting lineup, you were the third one day at home?
That's what Sabe said. That's pretty cool. It's probably never happened before, ever.
I'm Griffin. How did it really feel whenever you got taken out of the game and then the entire crowd that was there just all stood up and started applauding you? Did it just cap off your good night pitching?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. That was the first time that's really happened. Playing in front of a crowd like this is pretty cool and surreal.
Grant, kind of with what you just said, what Saban said, you as a kid coming out of Parkersburg South, what does that mean? Because kids are kind of looked down upon, when coaches are recruiting out of the state of West Virginia.
It just proves that there's talent. It proves that West Virginia kids can compete with anybody. I can understand why they get looked down upon. There's not a whole lot of resources around here, but it really shows what we can do as a whole.
Thanks.